Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, this is What If Deku had an ice quirk called Jack Frost. Give me a second here, I forgot what number we're at. This is, sorry guys, I totally forgot. I had it in my head a second ago, then it just disappeared. So, this series is coming to a close. It's almost near his climactic end. This is part 24. Okay, I just had to make sure. I know the last episode didn't do too well on the like ratio, but we're near its end, like near its end, because we just got a little bit to go off of the Force arc. We're going to probably skip the preliminary license exam. So that's pretty about it. We're definitely gonna skip the entrance. Oh, not the entrance exam, but the test exam when he fought when they came across all the other students. So there's not really much contact besides Orca. So we're gonna and Izuku already has a temporary license, so he really doesn't need that because all active members of the Hero Suppressed Task Force are required to have a license if they're on the field. Now on either Monday or Tuesday, expecting part zero of my "What If Deku Was a Super Genius" series. I got sorry, I got some help with that story wise. Marshall helped me, quite a bit in that series, and a couple other female Deku series that I have planned for the future. I have one that Marshall helped me a lot with. What if female Deku was a cleaner? Now, if you know mafia movies, you know what a cleaner is. So I won't go in much detail into that because I don't want to ruin the story. But that one's going to be quite interesting to do. And that Izumi is going to be a lot older than my previous what ifs. So we're going to start off where we left off as Izuku is walking, away from Azawa as he did his duties around the campus. His doing his job, checking security, make sure everything's tied up, pretty tied up for tonight. As he walks out of the security office, contact me when there's something to alert. Yes, yes, Agent Jack Frost. I'll be in my quarters. Understood. As he walks through the campus, as he has files. He's holding some files. As he goes up to the dormitory, as he goes into his room, as he sees, Momo and Shota sleeping in his bed, as they're asleep, so, waiting for Izuku. As Izuku sits on his desk, as he looks over the files, as there's 4 files, as he has the files of, the pro hero Pussycats, and as he opens them up, as he looks through them, as he finally gets to the last file, as he looks at a picture, as he sees a picture of a little boy named Koda, quirk, water, it's a water-based quirk. As he's like, a water-based quirk. It must be the son of, he must be related to the water hose heroes, according to my intel. I know I've heard that name before. As he as he takes out a bag was next to his desk. As he takes out a laptop, as he searched, sorry, as he searched the database at the Hero Suppress Task Force, main, main, mainframe. as they document all potential heroes that are would be good heroes, quirk wise, and current heroes on duty. As several heroes that are retired. So as he looks up the case to the water hose heroes, as he's researching the water hose hero case, as when they were found, they were brutally murdered by Muscular. I see. So that's how it is. And judging an only known relative as one of the pussycats, he'll most likely be at the training facility we'll be going to. As as Momo, woke up, as she wraps her arms around Izuku, as you're finally home, Izuku. What are you doing? Oh, nothing. I was just doing some research. It's getting pretty late. I guess I should probably hit the bed. And she's like, you better. As she pulls him into the bed, as, Shota and Momo lunge onto him, as, they have a good night. As Izuku goes to sleep, as the next day progress, as we're going to skip to, when everyone's getting ready to go on the bus, the class president is, you know. Well, in this story, Momo's a lot more confident because of Izuku and Shota's influence, and because her life is a little different in canon. So she becomes class president, and Ida, the douche. I really don't like Ida. I don't know. It's I don't hate Ida as much as I hate All Might, but Ida's a pretty decent second most person I hate in Hero Academia. So let's get on with our episode. As everyone gets on the bus, as Azawa and Inko are on the bus, because Inko's here. She wants to, because of her son activities at the Hosu City incident, she wants to keep a close eye on him. As Sue's going around the bus discussing everyone's quirk, as she asks, like, who do you think is like the who's the most powerful? As several of the classmates, several of their yeah, several people on the bus say it's either Shota or Izuku. As Visible Girl says, makes sense that they're a couple because they're the most powerful students in class. As Bakugo's is like, not that powerful. As he scoffs. As yeah, you saw. I forgot about her. She's pretty forgetful because she's literally invisible. But but I gave her a little bit of airtime. Half the time, I just completely ignore her existence. So like a lot of the other students from Class 1A, because they're not relevant to the story. They're pretty much extras. Channeling my inner Bakugo there, but pretty much. As Ezekiel's earpiece goes off, sir, we're we're already we're already in location at the the forest where you be doing your nifty little training session with all your little friends. Understood. Remain remain undercover. Observe the area. If the villains attack, do not capture, eliminate. Understood? Yes, sir. As Shota's like, what's going on? It's nothing, Shota. It's just work. You don't have to worry about it. Everything's taken care of. And she's like, all right, Izuku. As Izuku gets up, as he walks over to Azawa and his mother, as he whispers in their ear, as everything's set on our part. We have several units are already in place. The moment that the villains decide to attack, I'll have them engage. As Inko's like, very well, son. Understood. Thank you, ma'am. And she's like, you don't have, everyone knows you're my son. Yes, ma'am, but I'm on duty. Regardless of our relationship, mother, I'm still on active duty. I have to act accordingly. Very well, son. I know how it is, being from the military and all. I understand. Thank you, ma'am. As he goes back to sit down with the two girls. As Izuku sits down, as he takes out, as he touches the earpiece, this is Jack Frost. As soon as you make contact with the villains, activate all Cold Stone units. Understood? Yes, sir. I'm going to be sorry. I'm breaking all contact for the time being. Only contact me when the situation change. Yes, sir. As Izuku sits back down, as Momo gives him a suspicious look, just tell my mom something. Look, we're here. As Azal tells everyone to get ready, as everyone gets a file line, as Momo and Ida are keeping everyone orderly. As everyone's, they tell them get out, as they're curious why they're just standing in front of a cliff. As Izuku sees the pussycats, as he goes over to Shota, Shota, get ready. They're about to do something. I'll grab Momo. As Shota nods, as everyone gets tossed over, the landslide happens in Canada. As Izuku picks up Momo beforehand, as she's like, "What are you doing, Izuku?" As Izuku, don't worry about it, Momo. As everyone gets thrown down there, as Shota uses her ice, so does Izuku while holding Momo. I think this is her. I think this is Manil. I think this is her. Oh, sorry. I think her name is Manile. I'm not totally sure on that. Leave. Well, you know what? We're gonna look it up real fast. Yeah, it is Manile. As she looks down there, as she walks over to Inko and Ozawa. What is a Hero Suppressed Task Force doing with the rest of the students? Those people are butchers. As the ground gets turned to ice, as Inko looks at the Empress, the Ice Empress looks at Mandalay. I would be very careful of your next words. What pops out of your mouth? That is my son you're talking about. As Mandy's like, sorry. And for your question, my son is a UA student. After all, he did win the sports festival. Unfortunately, he's been called on duty because of the recent villain attacks. So he's in direct control of the security here, but Nezu wants him to still attend UA. So he's Nezu order allowing him to I'm sorry, give me guys. I told you the word I was supposed to include. Nezu wants him to attend all school activities. In training, and the training camp is one of those school's activities. So he's going to do with the rest of the students. Don't worry, my son will not interfere in the plans for you have for the training. He's already know what's going on, and he's going to play along. And the Hero Suppressed Task Force, they do some of their operation is questionable, but it is a military organization. And if I'm honest with you, Manole, we should have something like that. We should have something like this a long time ago. I've seen some of these newer heroes. You can't really even call them heroes. They abuse their power. I'm not stupid. I've seen it. I just don't have the authority to act. But luckily, my son does. So I expect things are going to change in the future. It's, come on, Ozawa, let's get back on the bus. We have to get back there before they get there. Knowing my son, as she looks at Mandalay, he'll be there pretty fast. Sorry, guys, give me a second here. As soon as they take running, Izuku took command. As Bakugo will not, follow any more instruction from Izuku. That was a one-time deal. But Izuku evolves his plan around Bakugo's unpartif- his his figure. He's a very unpredictable. He's a very unknown factor. So Izuku evolves any plan around Bakugo because if he can't get his assistance, he'll work around it. He'll he'll help his classmates. No matter he'll help his classmates even if he doesn't even know it. As they run through the forest, they took a little bit longer than normal, but they did get there. As everyone begins preparation for lunch, I guess they would be call it. They did explain if they took if they took too long, they might eat all the food. So that did still occur. I just didn't want to go through the dialogue for that because we already are cutting it pretty close. So I want to get. I was hoping to get the whole arc, the whole training arc into this, but this might become. I'm gonna have to split it off because we're sorry, we're already at 17 minutes and 20 seconds. So let's get onto it. As they feed everything. As they finally get there. Izuku sits down. He sits next to Koda. As Izuku hands him a plate. As Koda takes it, as like, why do you even, why are you even here? You don't look like a hero. As Izuku's in military attire, Quirk's suppressed task force attire. You're right. I am not a hero yet. That is. As what you want to be a hero? You're wearing those uniforms that those those suits wear. As he's saying, he's referring to them as military suits. So he has a low opinion of them. They're not gonna do anything. They'll just die like the rest of the heroes. I wouldn't be so quick to judge. Koda, was it? As he's like, as Koda's like, my, yes, I know of your name. I understand your resentment towards the heroes. I'm not going to get into details because I don't want to bring any bad memories to the surface. Koda. As Koda looks at him, as like, you know about my parents? As, yes, I do. Yes, I do, young man. Don't ever think that your parents didn't love you. They love you. They put themselves in danger just to protect you. As Koda's like, what? As think about it. Think about it, Koda. Yes, your parents are, heroes. That's so natural. They want to save people. But I have a sneaking feeling that they were one of the major factors why they were on duty more frequently for the past several years that were active. Is to make sure the world's safe for you, to change it, so you can live, a good life without any worries. Not all heroes, not all heroes are like that though. There are some that abuse their power. As good as listening. He didn't try to hit anyone because Izuku didn't really go up to him, and he did blast a lot of things about heroes. So the rest of the students didn't really want to socialize with the kid because big hassle. But there's someone else who can explain to you more about heroes. You see that woman over there? As good as like, yeah, that is my mother. She is a hero. I come from a hero family. So is my dad. And he whisper, and my aunt. She is the head of the Hero Suppressed Task Force. As Kuda looks up, what? It's like, yeah, technically it's a family of a family organization apparently. And when my aunt steps down, I'm supposed to take her place. As um as Izuku waves his mother over here, as what do you need? As Izuku whispers in here, this is Koda. His parents were the water hose heroes. The kid he's been taking the loss of his parents pretty hard. I figured it would mean more coming from you than me because you're still alive and so is dad. So as he goes, don't worry, son, I'll take care of it. Thank you, mother. And like walks over to Izuku as she taps him on the shoulder. As Izuku looks over, you need something, pro hero, Manele? And she's like, thanks for that. I've been having a hard time having his bright smile. It kind of faded when my sister died. She looks down. I'm just saying, I don't know if she's related to Koda at all, but in this, she is. In this story, it's it's really sweet what you did for my nephew. I might not approve of your organization, the Heroes Press Task Force, but I knew you didn't have to do that. Thank you. No problem, Manole. The boy, he's a good kid. I could tell from the look of him. He just he just needs the correct way to grieve. And I think my mom will take care of it. She's good with the settle stuff. Momo, Momo and Shota saw sorry, Momo and Shota saw the inner counter with Koda. They both poke him. And it's like, well, it's good to know you're good with kids. Oh, that will come in handy in the future. As Momo walks off, as Izuku's like, what? As he doesn't like, that was surprising. Momo's right. You're pretty good with kids. And I expect you would be a good father for whatever children, whenever we do decide to have children. It's good to know that you don't get frustrated easily. Okay. I was like, okay. Momo and Shota are the only ones that can make, Izuku, kind of speechless. Because that never crossed his mind, kids. That he never thought about that far and headed to his future. As you see Inko and Koda's crying as Koda, it's hugging Inko. As Koda's hugging Inko. As Inko's, as Inko's, consoling young Koda. As that's how that happened. As Koda has, no, as sorry, as Inko did her, she got close to Koda, and Koda doesn't straight up hate heroes anymore. As Koda, kind of looks up to Inko. As Koda starts calling her big sis, as Inko appreciates, not being called an old lady, but a big sis. Like, it makes her feel young again. As I'm sorry, Inko took a liking to Koda ever since then. So she's been keeping so she's outside of her what she needs to be doing there. She's always keeping Koda close. Cut to the training portion of the training arc. As Izuku, come with me. It's time for you to see what we could do about increasing your control of your quirk. So are you at now? As Izuku's like, I'm able to somewhat control majority of my power without the collar. I have the bracelets, so I don't have to keep the bracelets able to regulate, my power fully. And I could probably push further if I wanted to. That that technique you have, what do you call it? Oh, Winter Wonderland was it? I Why we do this training arc while you're here, I want you to be in that state constantly. As Inko drills him into exercises while he has his domain activated. As Izuku's panting heavily, as Koda's like, isn't that kind of mean, big sis? As don't worry, little head, little brother. As she ruffles his hair, my son can handle it. I've trained him harder than this. I'm a very strict teacher, Koda. Slowly but surely, Inko's increasing his time using that technique. As the villains are already there, they're in hiding, waiting for it to attack. So the Hero Suppressed Task Force got there beforehand, so they're already in place. They did spot them, but they disappear. They spot one of them, but they couldn't find their location, so they portaled away somewhere near the camp. As the rest of the camp progresses, where they do the test of courage, as you have Dabi, standing on top of a cliff, as his hands behind his back. Kirigiri. Yes. Yes, Dabi. Gather the Nomu. What we have for the plan. Remember, Dabi, our mission. I understand. I will grab the Midoriya boy. Me and him have a lot of talking to do. After all, he's getting close to the Todoroki family. I think me and him it's been long enough for me to have a heart to heart with the young man, with the boy. As Dabi gets a smile. As now, the people are there. Muscular, Moonfish, Mustard, Spinner. Don't know who else was there. Toga's not there because she's, actual member of the Hero Suppressed Task Force, so she doesn't need to go back into her position into acting the villain. Koda still did go off on his own, like he does every other night, to go to cliffs to think about things. As Izuku noticed, he's been going off. As Izuku at some point placed a tracker on him one night. As Koda, went off on his own. As Inko came up behind him, what are you doing, son? As she sees a device. That's military grade. Who are you tracking? As she's like, Koda. Apparently, he's been visiting the cliffside at night. Most likely, this to clear his mind. I've been keeping an eye on him. I want to know where he is at all times. He's like, aren't we being a little overprotective? What do you mean, Mom? Your sister used to do the exact same thing to you. Every time you would have to go to school, she always plays a tracker on you. After 1 year, I gave her one for her birthday. Well used, by the way. I just worry about the boy. We don't know when the villains are about to attack. As the Izuku's not part of the test of courage, so let you guys know by the way. So as Izuku and Iko sees the fire, as he's like, I'm going to go, Mom, I'm gonna go grab Koda. You handle the villains, and hopefully no one dies. I understood, son. This is as Izuku's running towards the cliffside. This is Jack Frost. Uh, the villains are attacking. What's your situation? We're on our way, sir. We'll be engaging them in a few minutes. Understood. Coldstone unit. Activate coldstones and send them out. Understood, sir. As Manele came from behind him, as Manele's like, do you know where Koda is? As, don't worry, I'm on his location now. He's at the cliffside. As you see several of these coldstone units flying through, oh, I'm sorry, engaging all Nomu. Oh, sorry guys, I totally forgot I had that recording. I totally forgot what I was going to say, but let's continue. I totally forgot I had that on pause. I was trying to think of the rest of the how I want to go this, like how I'm supposed to say it right. But let's get onto it. Sorry about the short pause where like nothing was being said. I was just going through some ideas in my head. I thought I had it on pause. So as Izuku's run through, as a Nomu comes rushing through at Izuku, as Izuku do- barely had enough time to dodge. As he punches, he goes flying through a tree. Manele, take this. What's this? This is a tracker. I had him tracked. Follow that location. I'll get there as soon as I handle this. Understood. As she rushes off to find Koda. And Mr. Compress is still there. He's still here. So I totally forgot to mention him, but yeah. As Nomu comes rushing at Izuku, as Izuku touches it, while he dodges it, as the Nomu turns into ice from the inside out, as Izuku kicks it over, as it shatters, as Izuku rushes, as he follows the trail where Manele was heading. Now, their main target is Izuku, so they're not going to try to abduct anyone. They really don't care. They want Izuku. All for one wants a audience with the young Midoriya. See Manele as she's blocking, as she's guarding her nephew, as she has her arms stretched out. Oh, sorry, her hands stretched out between Muscular and her nephew. Oh, I had his name in my head a second ago. Koda. There we go, Koda. Between Koda and Muscular, as Muscular's like, huh, what do you think you're doing, hero? Let me kill the brat. Finish off the powerhouse hero's legacy. As he gives a crooked smile, as many like, I'm not going to let you hurt my family again. As As Muscular was about to go in for a punch. As an ice dome covers Manile and Koda, as Muscular punches it, as he cracks it. It's like, what the hell? Who's doing this? Well, what do we have here? I've seen your face before. Muscular, was it? As he's like, as Muscular smiles, so you heard of me. That's good. That won't make it won't make me feel bad too bad after I kill you. And after I kill the kid. And the bitch. You've been on our wanted list for a very long time, Muscular. And luckily for me, I'm the one to take you out. As he's like, what do you mean take me out? You hero in training. Yes, I am a hero in training, but I'm also as he picks up a as he unhooks the gun from his waist, as cocks the pistol. Unfortunately for you, Muscular, the orders are no longer take you in alive. As Izuku shoots a ice spike strictly towards Muscular's body, as Izuku's trying to pierce him, as it goes right into Muscular, but he activates his muscle fibers, saving his ass. As he pulls it out, it got halfway in. He's like, "You have to do a lot better than that, kid." As a pillar of ice forms out of ground, smacking Muscular in the face. As Izuku jumps up while holding the gun, as he stomps on him using both his feet, as he slams Muscular into the ground, as he hops off, as he begins beating Muscular with his right hand while holding the firearm, beat him over and over again. As he formed a ice gauntlet on his hand as he's just smashing him. As he's losing a lot of blood. I mean, he could, increase his muscle fiber, but he can't increase his face. As Izuku picks him up by the throat, lifts him up, as Muscular can't do anything more. As Menelay is still in the dome, as they hear battle, but Menelay is more worried about her nephew. As Izuku, lifts him up in air, over the cliff. As Muscular's kid, I don't think you have the guts. If your little hero suppressed task force could have taken me out, they would have done it so long ago. Oh God, it hurts to laugh. I know you're gonna bring me in. I'm gonna get out. Then we're gonna do this dance all over again. Maybe I'll target your family instead. Oh, I bet you have some loved ones that are not too well protective. You heroes think you're untouchable, but you never that idea come your head that your family would be targeted. As he points the pistol on his dome, unlike the rest of my family, you're too dangerous. I know when someone of your caliber is too dangerous to be kept alive. As he pulls the trigger, as all you hear is a loud blast. As Izuku drops him, as he falls off the cliff. Trash. As Izuku walks off, as he makes the dome disappears. Menelay, get Koda out of here. We have where I'm rescuing everyone back at the cabin. Have everyone there. Azal was already there. Understood. Where's Muscular? Don't worry, he's been dealt with. As Mendeley sees the look in Izuku's face. As very well, I'll go along. As she picks up Koda as they go off. Izuku hears footsteps behind him as he sees Dabi walking and smiling. Well, well, Izuku Midoriya, we meet again, aka Jack Frost. I gotta admit, I did some digging on you after our first encounter. I know Diablo has, a hard on for you for some reason, but I'm not going to get into that. He's the boss after all. And the disappearance of Toga, most likely you're doing, by the way. Thank you, by the way. That girl was batshit crazy. But this is where it ends. You'll be coming with me. As Izuku's like, what do you mean? You don't, you really, you haven't figured it out, have you, Agent Jack Frost? We're here for you, and here, you only. As he blasts fire at Izuku, as Izuku creates an ice wall. Now, as as Compress comes behind him, uses quirk, as he gets warped into a marble. I guess that's what it is. As Toga walks over there, picks up the marble. I love it when a plan comes together. As he holds the marble, all right, let's clean up. Who's alive? As Kirigiri opens the portal behind, as the Hero Suppressed Task Force killed everyone else. As the only one that's left is Mr. Compressed, Kirigiri, Dabi, and that's pretty much it. The rest of them got gunned down. Moonfish, gunned down. Mustard, gunned down. Anyone else out there was gunned down. Oh, and Twice made it. I like Twice, so Twice just doesn't die this time around. But he did make it. He was not, he's crazy, but he's not that crazy. He know shit was about to hit the fan. Tokiyami did still go out of control, but Shota, took care of that. As Momo and Shota team up, as they've been rescuing Araka, Bakugo went off, did his thing against some other villains, some minor threat. The Nomu. The Nomus were all, easily taken out. There were less grade Nomu, so there weren't really much power in them. That's for, extra numbers. Shota did get worried when they got back at camp. No one was there. Well, Izuku wasn't there. Everyone else was accounted for, so they're on high alert. No one knows where Izuku is. He's not answering the comms. As Shota gets worried, as she blasts off with using her ice and her fire quirk, as she gets to the last location that Manele saw Izuku at, as she rushes over to the cliff side, as she sees the left of the villains, as she gets in a fighting stance, as Dabi turns around. As Dabi turns around with a smile, it's been a while, little sister. As Shota is shocked when she recognized those eyes. His rest appearance might have changed, but she knows deep down that's her brother. They were very close before the incident. As Dabi, don't you dare call me that. Name's Dabi. The person you know died that day, thanks to our father. Don't worry, I'll be getting him payback soon enough. But I'm on the clock. As he throws the marble, as he catches it, as friends of Shota, as she's like, "Where's Izuku? What did you do to him? Oh, your little boy toy? I'm gonna borrow him for a while. Can't guarantee in what condition after the boss man gets done with him." And she's like, "You're not taking him." As she goes into attack, as Dabi, kicks Shota, as she goes flying against the wall. "I really didn't have to do that, sis. I really didn't want to hurt you. But I can't let you get in my way. Sorry, sis, but this is where it ends. Can't have you getting any bright ideas. Goodbye." As a shot of ice goes strictly through Dobby's wrist, as he screams out in pain, as it's an ice spike, as he sees, "Well, I'll be damned. That hurt, by the way, but never expect to see the mighty Ice Empress here of all places. I think this is time where I take my leave." As she's like, "You're not going anywhere. Release my son." Well, Ash, she doesn't know. She doesn't know he has Izuku. As she'll just he has Izuku. Don't know how, but he has him in that marvel. As Inko, "Give me my son." "I don't think so, mother. I don't think so, Mama Bear." As the portal opens, "See you later." As he leaves, as Inko throws a humongous ice attack at Dabi before they could leave, but it was too late. As she helps Shota, "Oh, you're right. I'm fine, but they were. It seems like they were after Izuku. We need to get back to the to the campsite. Are you right to walk?" "I'm fine." As she blasts off, she's wincing in pain. Her ribs are bruised, not broken, but bruised. As everyone, that's where we leave it off. Yeah, that's a good spot to leave it off. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones. All right, bye.